Hey everyone! So today's video is going to be a tag video just so you guys can kind of get to know me a little bit, get to know my artwork a little bit, because as you know, well, you probably don't know yet because this will probably be the first video. This channel will be based on mainly my artwork and different inspiration that I have. So that can be anything from like visual art, poetry, artist inspiration from all forms. So yeah, that's what this channel will focus mainly on. It's going to be a tag video, and so I'm going to call it kind of the artsy get to know you tag, I guess. But yeah, so let's get started. I've got my tea and my little fun mug that I made myself. So the first question is, what's your YouTube name and your real name? My YouTube name is DeAnna Furr Artistry, and my real name is DeAnna, of course. How did you get started in art and crafting? I liked coloring as a kid, but I didn't really get into like really creating art until I was in probably like my junior year maybe of high school. Excuse me, and it just kind of went from there. So where I was doing, you know, portraits and kind of learning the basics. But yeah, I would say that's where I started. And then as far as like crafting, I've always been interested in my older years. I've always been interested in just creating things and, you know, taking new things and making them, you know, or taking old things and making them new again, you know, painting odd things, or, you know, like I paint my laptop cases, or, you know, I paint like music boxes or things like that. So yeah. What's your favorite color? I have a range of favorite colors. I don't know, I guess my first favorite color would probably be like purple. More like darker purple. My glasses are purple. I usually am wearing them, but yeah, I didn't want to wear them for this video because there's like this horrible glare. But yeah, so purple is my first choice. Teal, I love teal. And bright colors like orange I'm really into, but like more of like a burnt orange kind of. So yeah, those are my favorite colors. What's my style art-wise? I know when I first started out, I kind of started out wanting to do more realistic things and having everything look exactly how it would be in real life. But I don't know, after, like, as I got older and in more recent years, I've been doing more simple art pieces and just keeping everything clean and kind of just, I don't want to say down to the bare minimum, because even though it's very simple, it still has a lot of meaning usually behind it, with like my traditional work. And as far as like my photography work is more, usually has a little bit more of a intricate topic or theme behind it. So a lot more really planning has to go into that, because usually I plan out like the intricate makeup and I do the makeup myself, and there's more of a, you know, common theme. So, you know, with my traditional work, it's more simple, and just what I want you to focus on is what you see, even though there could be a lot of meaning behind it. And then for my photography work, it's usually very thought out, planned, and has a lot more intricacy to it. What is something you would like to try as far as art-wise? I would like to do I would like to try, I think it's called uncosting, like where you do, you know, kind of like, to me what it looks like is like collage, but using wax as your adhesive medium, so to speak. So I want to try that more and explore that more, because I've tried it before, didn't quite work out how I thought it was going to work out, but I'd like to give it another go and keep working at it and see if I can get, you know, some great pieces behind it, and try something new in the process. So yeah. What are your favorite YouTube channels? I don't really follow a lot of artists on YouTube. Well, let me backtrack. Artists in the sense of like ink to paper, or you know, color pencil to paper, paint to paper, or paint to some other kind of surface. I don't really follow anyone on YouTube for that. My YouTube, I guess, views that or YouTube channels that I usually watch usually have to do with natural hair, because I have natural hair and I love watching natural hair videos and learning about new products, and you know, learning about new techniques to take care of my hair, to style my hair. I like watching makeup videos, so like the beauty gurus channels, and then I like watching DIY kind of channels. So my favorite artists, there's two like traditional like artists that I think that a lot of people may know or be familiar with. Frida Kahlo, she's been a big inspiration for me, especially with my recent artwork, because my recent artwork has been more, a lot more, how do I put it, autobiographical and kind of like a personal diary through art and installation. So she's been a really big inspiration. Her work has been a real inspiration, excuse me, for those works. I have an installation that I did this past December, and there's pictures on my website of that. If you want to see it, I'll link it below. But so Frida Kahlo, Sylvia G, she's a painter that I really like. Her work is so amazing. Like, I'm really into like the Day of the Dead, so those are the works that I really like of hers. Her Day of the Dead themed ones, and more of like her warrior kind of images, because all the ones that I've seen and that I really like. And then like I follow a lot of Instagram artists, so you know, I like Marcus Prime. I love his work and how he uses markers and pens and microns is amazing. And every time I see him like post a new work, or like post like studies that he's doing as far as like with the female figure and whatnot, I'm just like, oh, my work is crap. But I can't do that. You can't compare your work to somebody else's, because everyone else's, you know, walk is different. But I just admire his work so much. Pink Lomaine, I love her work. It's very bright and colorful, and it's amazing. And I like how I like her business savvy. Like, I've never talked to her personally, but you can tell she's a woman about her business, and I like that. Which I think her name is Aaliyah Michelle, but she's like My Heart Your Art, or yeah, My Heart Your Art, I think that's what it is. I'll link it below. But I love her work too. It's very bold, it's very colorful. I like the themes behind it, behind a lot of her work. I think that's pretty much it. There's a lot of artists that I like, but just like off the top of my head right now, these are like my the main ones. If you had $10, what would you spend it on and where? If I had $10, oh wow, I would probably spend it at Hobby Lobby buying some form of art supply, probably markers. I want to try, I've had a few like Prismacolor markers and Sharpie oil paint markers, but I want to get more and be able to like explore more with them and using them as a medium, because I work a lot with ink and paint, so I want to kind of just try something a little bit more, a little different, and explore it more. Or I would want to try like those little ceramic markers to like actually draw on ceramic and plates and cups and stuff like that, and it actually stay and not wash off. What is your process like? My process is, it's very labor intensive. I like to plan a lot of it. So like I'll have like a bunch of notes on what I want to do. So I'll give you an example. If I'm planning a photography project, a new photography series, I will figure out what I want to base the series on, figure out a topic and a common theme. So it kind of gives me a little bit more structure and direction. And from there I'll do a lot of research, look for like image inspiration, kind of what kind of mood I want to go for, what kind of lighting. I may research different like lighting tips, different makeup techniques and tips. I'll research locations in the area, near where I live, or you know, in Maryland somewhere that's within reason. I will, you know, just so I can kind of get a feel of where I want this project to go and how I want things to look, because I don't go in automatically thinking, okay, this is the kind of, I want to get a shot of, you know, of a profile shot, and you know, the subject be like looking up. I don't have any like set way that I want a model to like pose or anything, so to speak. I just want to kind of give them somewhat of direction, but not too much that they're constantly thinking about it. And I'm constantly trying to go for a specific shot or a specific look, because a lot of the shots that I end up loving are those shots that are very like the in-between shots, like when you're moving from one pose to another pose, you know, that in-between where the model is completely relaxed and not thinking about it too much. So yeah, and with all of the planning and all of the inspiration and all of the, you know, Pinterest boards and, you know, YouTube playlists that I make, I can also show these to my models so they can kind of get an idea, excuse me, of what my vision is somewhat, and you know, what I want them to kind of think about as they're, you know, doing their thing modeling, because a lot of my models aren't really like, you know, models. They're my friends, they're people that I care about, and you know, I want to bring out the best in them, or bring out sides in them that they may not have explored before. So it kind of, that research kind of gives them direction. And then I execute the project, you know, do the makeup, do the hair. I coach them through the shoot so that they know what I'm looking for, and you know, and they become comfortable with it, you know. So yeah, that's my process. That's like, you know, take the pictures and I edit them, and I try not to do too much editing that you can't recognize who it is, or that it looks completely, you know, like there's a time for it to be completely out there, but usually I like to keep it, even if it's intricately planned and intricately done, I still want to keep some aspects of simplicity there. if that makes any sense. Yeah, that is my kind of artsy getting to know you tag. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Please like this video and share it with people, you know, your Facebook, family, Twitter, Instagram, you know, every social media that you have. Please feel free to share the video and get the word out there about my art and about me. I'll be posting more videos, more kind of, you know, inspiration videos, what my inspiration is and stuff like that. You can let me know in the comments section, you know, what kind of videos would you like to see. And I also have like links down below to my website and my different social media platforms if you want to follow me. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.